Hi Sophia, it's Gwendolyn here. Really great to see your last set of essays and also your corrected essays. Um, Great to see that we've got to the end of the course in time for your exam tomorrow. I'm sorry about those other essays. I did check with Ben, and unfortunately, I'm only allowed to check those essays that are part of the sentence guide course. So it's part of the structure that he has. So I'm sorry I wasn't able to check those other two essays for you. But let's go ahead and look at these last two essays on traditional education and then your formal complaint. And I'll give you some final tips before your exam tomorrow. First of all, on your education essay here, your task 2, you did a great job with the task response. Good job with answering both sides of the question. I thought maybe you could have talked a little bit more about what are the alternatives in the education system. You hinted at it about special schools for learning disabilities, but maybe being more specific about that. I kind of felt maybe both of your paragraphs were leaning a little bit more towards answering the second part of the question, which is traditional education doing more harm than good? That said, I thought you had a very clear and coherent essay, some great vocabulary throughout. Overall, really good essay. Do keep in mind, Sophia, your word count. So though you did get up to 327 words, so that's almost 50 words over the maximum of what I would suggest. So kind of work on being a little bit more concise in your writing. So I'll see if I can help you with that when we read through it. So let's go ahead and read through it. The issue of modernizing conventional education is a contentious subject which has grown in importance year on year. Good, really good first sentence. This teaching method has a long established customs that society traditionally used in schools and universities, despite the fact that it has many limitations. This essay will discuss both issues using examples from the UK and the business world to demonstrate points and support arguments. Good. Really good introduction. To begin with, there is ample evidence to suggest that traditional schools do not cater to the needs of different types, that's plural with an S, of learners. This is because they still practice a one-size-fits-all model, according to which every student of a certain age is supposed to learn the same thing at the same time. Good. Good phrasing in there. For example, studies by Cambridge showed that 90% of children attending we don't need the article though there, so we could take that out. Children attending alternative school due to their learning disabilities, behavioral or psychological issues performed, I would change the word order here, performed better in exams, so change the word order there, better in exams than those children who have learning difficulties, nonetheless attended the traditional schools. Therefore, it is clear that non-traditional schools can provide a more specialized learning, maybe specialized learning environment would be good there for school children who cannot learn effectively in a traditional school environment. You use environment there. I like that word environment, but maybe don't use it both, so that's probably okay. Good. Good idea. I think I would have just liked a little more specific about what are the alternative education methods there. You kind of hinted at it, just special schooling, but maybe a little bit more there. Some people often mention the Montessori course as an alternative form of learning, or online learning as an alternative form. Let's look at your P2. In addition, university education has also failed to keep pace by providing skills that students require for add your article there, the rapidly changing business world. This is due to the fact that an increasing number of employers are skeptical about graduates' ability to apply the skills that they learn in university to the practical challenges of the workplace. For instance, recent studies by Deloitte showed that 80% of young graduates who have pursued a course of study with a specific career in mind find themselves with theoretical knowledge that does little to prepare them for the work task. Therefore, traditional university teaching is failing to prepare students for the workplace. In conclusion, although traditional schooling is widely adopted, it is old-fashioned and constrained in many ways. For this reason, I believe that traditional education may not be the best approach to improve performance of children and students. Good. Sophia, that was a really good essay, really clear, coherent, some fantastic use of vocabulary throughout, um, great ideas, really good examples to back it up. I think maybe the only real issue I have with this essay is it's just maybe a little too long. But I'll be honest with you, it was too good. I couldn't figure out how to cut it down. So good job with that. Well done. Let's look at your task one, your formal complaint. Okay, Sophia, I just paused to read your task one here. Again, I thought a really good essay. You did a great job here with task response, a very clear and coherent essay, some good ideas that you've written in here about your formal complaint. I guess the only sort of downside really with what you've written is you've also written too much here as well. So you've written 221 words. I would say the maximum should be 175. So let's go ahead and read through it. I'll try to cut something out if I can. There were a couple of sentences I thought we could combine, but I thought it was a very good essay, so a little hard for me to cut it down. Dear restaurant manager, I'm contacting you in relation to the service I received from your restaurant last Saturday. Your restaurant is one of the best ranked, so we don't need to say restaurant, best ranked restaurant. It's kind of repetitive, so I would take that out and say your restaurant is one of the best ranked in the city. That is fine to leave that out there. Comma, so I expected to receive a world-class dining experience. I had planned a dinner with a friend who was celebrating, so different, change up your tense there. So was celebrating his 30th. We wouldn't say 30's birthday, we'd say 30th, so 30th, 30th birthday. So I decided to make a reservation with your restaurant. Maybe instead of restaurant, there's other words we can use here. Establishment could be a good word. So make a reservation with your establishment. Just help increase your lexical resource score. A night that was supposed to be a memorable moment will unfortunately be remembered, but not for good reasons. Good? Firstly, a reservation was supposed. Don't say supposedly, be precise. It was made for 2 persons. Also, that will help reduce your word count down a little bit. Our reservation was made for 2 persons, 2 people, not persons, at 7 p.m. in the non-smoking area. But even though we arrived 10 minutes before, sounds really strange, 10 minutes early, I would say would be better, 10 minutes early, your staff at the main entrance, we don't need to say main entrance, you could say your staff. So watch out for these prepositional phrases. So if you do need to cut down your word count anywhere, you can look for these prepositional phrases. And they're always these words that start with at or in, and they're extra detail that sometimes isn't necessary, particularly for your task response here. So you could cut out this prepositional phrase and reduce your word count there. So your staff made us wait for an available table from, I would just say made us wait for more than 30 minutes for an available table. And after that she took us to, maybe just, and then you could be shorter here, took us to the smoking terrace. So you've cut out a bit of word there, word count there. In addition, the food we ordered came after 40 minutes, arrived cold, and was undercooked. So add that word was there. The service and dining we received was, past tense, happened in the past. So the service and dining we received was unacceptable in a high-rated restaurant like yours. Therefore, the purpose of this letter is to inform you that this terrible experience, inform you about this terrible experience, add that word there, and ask you for a refund as compensation. Otherwise, I will have to rank your restaurant with a low score and post my experience on the internet. I look forward to receiving your prompt response. Good. Great essay, Sophia. I think we just need to work on cutting down some of the content. We can do that with the prepositional phrases. So yeah, we've come to the end of the course now. You've got your test tomorrow. I think you're writing really, really well now, and if you're able to write these 2 level of essays within the 60 minutes, I think you're well on track to get that 7.0 or higher that you need on the IELTS exam. I do want to make sure that you do get that score. So what I want to do for you, Sophia, and I apologize for some of the, uh, you know, what seemed like a late response because I couldn't answer your other two essays, is give you two more free essays to check to make up for that slight delay there. So if you want to write two essays, if you can get them back to me, I don't know where you're based, Sophia, but if you can get them back to me by 8 a.m. South Korea time, Saturday morning, I'll get them checked to you and back to you, and maybe you can have a chance to look at them before your exam on the 30th. Either way, it will be good practice for you, I think. All right. If I don't get a chance to get back to you, I wish you all the best on your exam. I'll be rooting for you, and I have no doubt that you'll get that 7.0 or higher. Do let us know how you get on, and yeah, and do go ahead and do those extra free checks if you've got the time. All right, Sophia, all the best. Bye for now.